Feels bad, man.
Oh man, Mr. Manmoist.
What the
Snoop is like, what the?
Y'all see this, right?
Y'all see?
Um,
Um.
hey everyone, I'm Snoop and today we're covering Monster Hunter Rise content and its demo currently. Things are subject to change as it is a demo, so we're just gonna get that out of the way. But today we will be talking about gyroscope aiming. Just in case you aren't familiar with it, gyroscope aiming uses the controller movement itself to move your camera around, or we can also call it motion controls. Lifting the front of your controller lifts your camera up, turning it like a wheel to the left or right turns your camera accordingly. It has potential to be more precise than dual sticks alone, which is why we want to cover it. I'm generally a mouse and keyboard player. I played World on mouse and keyboard and am not super comfortable with controller, so adding in gyroscope capabilities and motion controls is a potentially better way than just dual sticks alone. So we're hoping that we can start speedrunning with bow in Rise with a controller. So we're going to cover settings first. We've got the Monster Hunter Rise settings for camera control and aiming. Again, this is demo, so I'm assuming this is going to stay the same, but we're still not 100% sure. Anything can change. I use camera control 1 with the fast camera speed and then slow down the camera for any sort of aiming. So that means reticle speed at default and gunner reticle speed at default as well. The gunner reticle default setting is actually not the default setting. It starts at slow, and that was just too slow for me. So then we're going to go into the gyroscope settings. We want to turn the functionality on, assuming that your controller actually supports it. From there, we want to turn aiming gyro controls on and normal gyro controls off, and gunner reticle gyro controls should also be set to on. I also turned on the right stick up and down controls. This makes it so running around the map you use the right stick, and aiming you adjust with both right stick as well as your gyro controls. I just adjusted sensitivity as I felt comfortable. I may lower it or raise it, but I found a slightly slower up and down is more comfortable for me than comparatively to the horizontal sensitivity. We currently have our vertical set to 30 and our horizontal set to 35. Let's talk about gyro aiming and its possibilities on consoles. So I'm going to be running a video of me fighting against Mizu with the gyroscope as well as the right stick aiming in the Monster Hunter Rise demo. And so we've seen a lot of like Breath of the Wild and Splatoon kick off the motion controls where players are able to pinpoint shoot much quicker and cleaner than dual sticks alone. We've seen a lot of improvements with motion controls, and a lot of players are used to seeing like the Wii controls or things where a camera has to see you in order for it to adjust accordingly, but our technology is just getting so far advanced that we don't need to do that anymore. They just see how the controller runs. So we're seeing games like Fortnite, where it has a competitive aspect to it, take on gyro controls, as well as things like Doom, where flicking around is kind of important, and adding that pinpoint accuracy with gyro controls is almost necessary. I don't know if it's necessary yet, but it definitely adds on, and I found more comfortability with it. So by adding the motion controls, how you already play with both your left and right stick, you're adding an additional step to your accuracy. So you'll be able to keep a faster sensitivity on your right stick, which will let you lock onto your monster how you normally do, while being able to make smaller necessary adjustments by moving your controller for those pinpoint shots. So you basically get double the control while not being forced to like unscope, scope, unscope to change the sensitivity and stick to your target. It can also free up your right thumb stick to make movements if you don't wall hold your controller. I know I don't. I prefer to have my index finger on my triggers, and yeah, there just seems to be so much opportunity for gyro. I'm going to try and improve a lot more myself, as I just started using the gyro aiming in Monster Hunter Rise, and see if we can get ourselves up to par. I don't expect us to ever hit where we are with mouse and keyboard, but it's something. We've gotten additional way to aim, so I don't see how it could be worse. We've heard a lot of people take Splatoon into a competitive level with gyro controls, and if they're able to do it on a competitive level, we should be able to add it into our Monster Hunter Rise gameplay and be able to hit those crazy flick shots consistently. We're looking for the most consistency we can find and keeping track of these targets, and yeah. So let me know what you think about gyro controls if you're going to try it out, what your settings are, whatever you like about that. And we'll just run the rest of the Mizutsune hunt from the demo here. Enjoy it.
今だ。
頼りになるね。
総流開始。
言うこと聞きなさい。大成功。総流始めます。総流完了です。手は緩めない。おしまい。よいしょ。行くよ。よしよし、